Hi everyone, it's Vedran Thomas here again with Town Residential and Collab Real Estate. I wanted to shoot a quick video to walk you guys through the recent announcement from CMHC. So I did send out an email to some of my leads, contacts, former clients, friends, family, everyone else. So you may have got some detail on this already, but as of yesterday, announced this morning officially, CMHC, the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation, who is one of the insurers. If you're getting a mortgage, oftentimes the lender requires insurance. CMHC is one of those insurers that insures your mortgage. So you pay a bit of a premium on top of your mortgage. They provide the mortgage insurance, make the bank or lender feel a little bit better about lending the money out as security to them. Anyway, CMHC is probably the biggest one out there. They recently announced some changes which could greatly impact you if you're looking to purchase a property. It's more on the buyer side of things, I would say. So first of all, they are bringing back 30-year amortization. They did bring it back in the summer a little bit. So they brought it back for new builds. So if you're building a new home, you could get a 30-year amortization if you're going through a builder. That was effective, I believe, as of July 1st or August 1st, if I'm not mistaken. So they've taken that policy a step further, where they're actually going to allow 30-year amortizations as well if you're a first-time home buyer. So I think what's happening is, everybody talks about this kind of stuff. Younger people, those looking to buy their first home, out of university or college, making a decent income, perhaps single, perhaps a new partnership, something like that, but still limited in terms of their income and things like that, just kind of getting their life started. Their entry to market is quite large right now, given the interest rates, the stress test, the price of homes. A lot of these millennials or younger folks looking to get into the market for the first time are refraining for those reasons. So what the 30-year amortization does, just makes it a little bit more affordable for them to be able to afford these homes. Okay, so a 30-year amortization on a $500,000 mortgage, depending on interest rate, of course, it does vary a little bit, but you can expect to save about $300 a month. All right, and of course that goes up from there depending on your purchase price. So $300, pretty big deal these days with the cost of living being what it is. Of course, your interest commitment over that 30-year time frame is going to be a lot larger. Less of your monthly payment is going to go towards principal, more towards interest. But in terms of month-over-month affordability, it is helping out some of those first-time buyers get into the market and purchase a home, as opposed to perhaps renting like they might be doing now. So that's the first change. 30-year amortization for first-time home buyers, and that'll be effective as of December of this year. It's not yet effective, but as of December, that policy will be in effect. The next thing that CMHC has done is change their requirements for down payment depending on your purchase price. So prior to this change that was announced today, the way that it works, for those that aren't familiar, is your minimum down payment for a resale property. Sometimes the builder drives how much down payment they require if you're building a new home. But in terms of kind of the CMHC or the mortgage insurance side of things, what they required was 5% down payment on your first $500,000, so about $25,000 for the down payment on your first $500,000, and 10% on the remainder up until the $1 million mark. So if you're buying anything under $1 million, let's say a penny under $1 million, you're looking at $75,000 down payment that you need on that kind of property. Now, what was a bit weird before, in my opinion, and I'm sure many agree, is that as soon as you're a dollar over $1 million, obviously you'd be putting that dollar against the price of the home and not including it in your mortgage and everything. But if you're looking to finance over $1 million purchase, you automatically, before this change, would need 20% down. So on $1 million property, now you're jumping from $75,000 down for like a dollar under $1 million to now $200,000 down for being a dollar over $1 million. So what that did is effectively make those properties over $1 million not affordable to most people. Not necessarily from a mortgage perspective is what it is, but just from a down payment perspective, a lot of people don't have $200,000 down payment to put up against a home. So they'd be choosing to buy homes under that $1 million mark. With this change, effectively what it does is there's still 20% required on amounts over $1 million, but it doesn't apply to everything under $1 million. So you can still pay the 5% on your first $500,000, the 10% on the next 500,000 up to $1 million, and then 20% for any amount over that $1 million mark. So effectively, that $75,000 payment doesn't change, being $1 under or $1 over $1 million. And if you're at 1.2 million, as an example, I did a calculation on this earlier. I believe you save about $130,000 in down payment over on $240,000 versus about 111, I believe it is, on a $1.2 million purchase. So that makes those homes just over $1 million a lot more affordable for people to get into in terms of the down payment anyway. So what's that going to do overall? Of course, it kind of opens up the market in terms of those higher priced homes to a few more buyers. So I think those sellers will be happy to know that they should get some increased activity now, trying to get rid of their or trying to sell their $1 million plus properties. But what it will also do is the previous rules have kind of caused the larger price properties to not appreciate at the same rate that we're seeing the lower price properties appreciate with this boom that we're now seeing turn around. But for the last couple of years, this boom that we've been experiencing has been affecting more the lower price properties, because those are high demand, people trying to get into those cheaper properties and rentals and all that good stuff, as opposed to people trying to get into the higher price properties. So those prices have not increased at the same rate as the lower price properties. And part of the reason for that is this affordability issue from a down payment perspective. There just weren't a lot of buyers who could afford these over $1 million homes, unless they've got a lot of equity that they're coming into it with. So now that market is going to open up. Now there's going to be more buyer demand for those properties over $1 million. So we will effectively see, I would say, a bit of a recovery or an increased trend here for those higher priced properties, where the pricing makes a bit more sense. So just to give you an idea, if you're looking at, a 2,300 square foot property, let's say in the community that I live in Riverstone and Cranston, 2,400 square foot property down in Riverstone, with your standard kind of lot, no walkout or anything like that, you're probably looking at about $800,000 to $900,000 in today's market for that type of property. As soon as you get into the riverfront homes, which are now 3,000 square feet, backing out onto the river, all that good stuff, you would expect that there would be that equal sort of increase. But if you actually look at the prices for those homes, you're looking at probably 1.3, 1.4 million. So for that extra amount of money, you're actually getting quite a bit more property. You're getting the backing onto the river, you're getting the larger square footage, you're getting the estate style finishings, you're getting the curb appeal, you're getting the triple garage, you're getting the wider lot, not a zero lot line. You're getting a lot for that money. So for people that could afford it, I would say the over $1 million properties are actually a pretty good deal. We can expect to see those properties now, slowly creep up in terms of price now that the market has opened up to more buyers. That's kind of all I wanted to go through with you guys today, kind of the nature of those changes and what I think it's going to affect overall. Of course, if you have any questions on these changes or anything else, news keeps developing on a daily basis. I'll be sure to keep you all updated with my videos and any email content that I do send out to my email list. Always appreciate your feedback and your conversations. If you would like to get anything started in terms of a comparative market evaluation, I come into your home, takes about a half an hour to an hour, and provide you with the market value for your property with some potential list prices we can go in at. Zero obligation, just for you to have the information and make the decision for yourself based on finances and meeting myself and determining if we're a good fit for one another. I offer that service free of charge, and open to come in and look at that for you as early as this week. Give me a shout, text or email. Also, if you're looking at starting your property search, a lot more inventory on the market these days. I can set you up with an automated search that matches your search criteria. It's a bit more effective than looking online yourself at every opportunity that you get. You'll get an email as soon as that realtor hits submit on that listing. A lot faster than David hits realtor.ca or any of the other online websites. So it's an automated search hooked up directly to the MLS. Thought I'd throw that out there. If you are interested, let me know. Would love to help you out with any real estate needs that you have. 403-483-8269 or info@collabrealestate.ca. Collab is KOLLAB realestate.ca. Thanks for watching. Talk to you all soon.